I don't know how long she's going to stay out there. I'm sure she's going to be right back. But and my throat just keeps being super scratchy. Every time I start talking, it feels like I'm going to start coughing. I always feel like that is when you talk about things they don't want you to talk about, like energetic forces, not, you know, I'm talking about a certain energy, like we're breaking free from a certain energy that has been in control of this existence. And it is just, I don't know, I feel like it's just, you know, I talk about things that are too complex for some people's understanding, that they just don't understand it. So it doesn't make any sense. Even when I just start talking to somebody, you know, and they're just telling me all about, you know, the lucky ones are these ones because they're going to die first. The rest of us are going to be tortured to death by the the cabal, I guess. Like, you know, they're going to starve us to death and stuff like that. No, that is what was going to happen. That is what their plan was. But they didn't complete their plan in their age. That age, that time, they were limited. They didn't have like infinity to complete their tasks. They only had during that age, because the new age is not an age they can exist in, because it's the vibration that it is not, it's too high for them. To do things where you manipulate people and you control them, that is lower vibration. You know, and souls come into it because the soul goes through these experiences. That's how it expands itself. So there's a reason why souls come in, to go through the experience. And, you know, I mean, there's tons and tons of people. There's probably some people who are an expression of the same soul, like we're all the expression of an oversoul. But as you go from the oversoul and split out, split out, split out into more, then you're still going to have groups that are still from like the same higher self, because we're all from the same, because we're all just that of which is to express self, to understand self, to see and experience. So everything is about the projection of self and how you learn to identify yourself. But, you know, the people who are caught up in this reality, it has been so much about telling you what reality is. So their brains are so trained to believe reality is what they're told. And part of the awakening is to pull free, to awaken yourself so that you question things yourself. That's why I say all the time, you don't just listen to me because I'm saying something. Connect to your own higher self, connect to your own guidance. You know, start connecting so that you can understand more of what's going on. Because nobody should be going to somebody else and then just relying on what they say. You know, everybody has to tap into their own guidance. Plus, everybody has a little bit different guidance, because every life path or soul journey is unique. So, my understanding and my experiences and how I'm shown things is going to be different than how somebody else is. So to me, my stuff is, you know, I'm trying to get people to understand it's not scary like what so many people are thinking. It's like this horrible, scary thing happening. And so many people, my mom yesterday even, you know, she's got people just dropping dead all the time, young people. And she's just like, people are just dropping dead. It's crazy, just like dropping dead for no reason, just dead. So, and you know, we know what's going on is they're poisoning us. So, and any way they can get poison into you, they're putting it into you. They have localized experiments. So different people are having different poisons in them. And oh yeah, whoever that was yesterday, I can't remember, who said, because it's not showing me comments and stuff. So even if it does show me one, it doesn't always let me answer, no matter what. I've tried to answer some people and it won't let me. So I don't know what all control they have over my thing. They mess with the numbers, like, I don't know. They just control my channel. But smallpox has come back. It is not. It may have been that they had cleared it out, rectified it or whatever, ended it. But we have the Frauci, and he's bringing it all back. It's coming back. Everything's coming back because, he is the mad scientist that you fear out of every horror movie, like out of Batman or whatever. He's out to destroy the world. And he's got the intelligence or the means or the drive to focus on that. So he's been spending his energy, and he's been being paid back for it by these evil people, but he's been using his energy to figure out ways to kill us. So yeah, they brought back the smallpox. They brought HIV and AIDS is just out of control right now in some places. But like I said, it's regions, it's areas, and I guess it's somebody looked it up yesterday. They were telling me about it, and so they went and looked it up. Hemen, I think, is what they said, is where. But why is it say? I'm thinking Gemin. That's not right. I'm sure it's Hemen is where the smallpox outbreak is killing all these people. So they are definitely recycling some diseases that kill us. And all I can say is we gotta get those damn med beds. That's our best thing will be is the med beds and the Jubilee to be released from all the debt. But we have to have some people who do want to work. We can't have everybody go like, oh, I've got no debt. Now I'm just gonna. There will be some things that people will need, and there will be, a need for some people to work. And you'll be paid more handsomely for your work. Like you will actually get paid for your work. And then you'll be able to go and, use it on whatever. Buying yourself a place, traveling, whatever your desires are. And but there will be, work available for people who want to work, But it's also, this is the time, if you have it inside of you, the drive to create, this is your time to do that. Like that's what everybody's own drive is unique to themselves because it's what they're carrying through this transition. But yeah, the people who, what was I going to say? Too many thoughts at once. But anyways, it is that the age of Aquarius is it's an actual cosmic cycle. Like there is no, well, maybe it will happen, but it just blows my mind all the time when people are like, oh, well, that's your belief. So, well, maybe that will happen. No, it's a cause. Like, can you depend on the moon and the sun? Well, we can't depend on that right now, can we? But it used to be. I don't know about what's going on right now. Like, I was still so weird yesterday to see right over where it would be like a sunset, only it's mid-morning, and the colors coming out and stuff. It's like, what's over there? What's over there making these colors? And how's it peeking through a hole in this created atmosphere, Because it totally looks like we're tinted in. And I think that they are definitely, like I told you yesterday how many towers, we have so many towers, and then we have people losing their minds, and it's like, are those things on already? And are they creating people to lose their damn minds? Like, is there going to be more and more shootings, more and more people losing it, freaking out and pulling over on the side of the road, shooting a car because they got too close? Like, I don't know. I know everything is only to expose what was going on, just so that we have to face it, because it's our own stuff that we have to face about this. We gave over our power and control. We gave over our minds. We let them access every state of our being in this system. It had total control of us. So, it is it is the process of pulling free from there is the release from the paradigms from this three-dimensional existence. And that is the part where, you get this transition into the new age. But the new age it's happening just as, the zodiacs happen. Like, it's part of the cosmic cycles of reality. And so it is happening. The people who think like, no, it's Armageddon and this is the end, and we're gonna be starved to death, like all of those things are gonna come up. Yeah, where we were getting our food, that's gonna come up. How we were handling our medical, that's gonna be a part of it. How we were being governed, that's gonna be a part of it. All of those systems are being exposed to us right now, depending on how much you're paying attention. Some people still haven't seen anything. They don't even know anything's going on at all. They have no clue. Even yesterday when I was talking to somebody and I said, well, Putin, he is just part of the whole thing to expose what's going on. He's not really going to do these things that, the threats and stuff. It's just to expose, because somebody has control. Somebody's got, the nuclear codes, and it's not Joe. So it is to bring that to the surface so that we have to see. That's why all of this stuff is going on. And how far it goes, I don't know. But I think most of the destruction and death will be from people's own fears. It will be how they handle the situation. So whatever the situation that's going to come, which is going to be, I'm presuming it's going to be scary, because it has to wake people up. And it's going to be however those people deal with it is going to be, what it is that is the trauma, because everything from them, they're losing power every day. And, because it's a cosmic cycle. It's just like when they say the hand of God, because it is a cycle that can't be. It is of the light. It is of, it is moving us into a higher state of being. So it is the hand of God that is coming in. And that's why everything they're doing just keeps falling apart. I even heard that this was pushing too fast, that they had a plan that, was going to go more smoothly, but they got rushed into it. I guess that war, what was it called? Time is when the illness first started, and they started this whole thing called time warp speed, or something. They called it something. Whatever those things that happen in that messed up some of their plans. That was their worst thing. And that's why, HRC was, now she's busted and stuff. But that's why they knew that he was going to be doing stuff like his executive orders that he signed and all the stuff, man. He got them trapped. They're trapped. Like, they can't get out of it. There's only one way out, and it's off this planet. There's no redemption for them. Their time is up. They lose. And most of them, the really bad ones are already gone. It's just these players pretending, like Joe in the Mask, which I don't know. I think they have several people playing Joe. Like I said, I think they go to the nursing home and go in the Alzheimer's unit and pull out the characters for the day, because, he's so out of it. But there's other ones, like you can look at Hunter. That's not all you got to do with every single person, pull out old pictures and pull out new pictures and then compare. They don't look the same when you put them next to each other. So the people who are missing in action are really either awaiting their sentence or they've already completed the whole thing. So, but all of this stuff, see, is going to be a part of the exposing. Why was it that the media was not telling us this stuff? There's so much stuff. See, that's why they're going down, is how much stuff that is going to be released and exposed that they were holding back from us, because they will be held accountable for millions of deaths. Like the people who were working there, like I said before, the Nuremberg trials, there was a lot of doctors, lawyers, like working journalists, all of those people who they're going to be on trial, and not even just, I mean, I don't know, there's going to be so many trials. I don't know, they're not going to be able to do every single one, but some people it's going to be a trial of their peers. Like, how are you ever going to go out and face certain people ever again? Like, if you've been somebody who has done stuff in your neighborhood, how are you going to face people again? Uh, that is the part where you have to get to that point of really humbling yourselves. That's the doing your shadow work. It's a humbling experience. It's to see like, oh, I'm not perfect. I'm not that great. I'm just another person just like them. I'm judging them, but I'm no different than them. And that is why, it's so important for us to move out of this judgment kind of state of being, because when we're judging someone else, we're judging ourselves. And it's out of ignorance, because how can we judge what someone else is going through? If we haven't gone through it, we don't know. It's all coming from judgment. And that is something that is being released. That is why it's on such, so highlighted right now, because it is part of what has to be released. It is not of higher minded, higher dimension, higher vibration. That is not something that will be a part of that reality. Sitting around, I got nothing to do, so let's just, throw everybody under the bus and judge them, for everything that all their choices and stuff. I mean, that's a waste of time and energy. If you've got time to create and time to explore, then why would you waste it on, judging someone else? So that is why we are moving free from that, and the more you release it just in yourself, the more you notice the different things in yourself, that puts you ahead of the general public. Because like I've said before so many times, like all these different groups, they're all super focused on just their thing. Like the people who are, against the government, they're just super focused on that stuff. The people who are struggling with the medical, they're just super focused with that stuff. The people who are struggling with livelihood, jobs, leaving the system, super focused on that. So many people now are so focused on the food and what we're putting into our bodies. And so, but that doesn't mean they're going and focusing on all the other things. So that's why I'm saying that as this stuff comes to surface, it is broadening, it's opening people's perspective to have to see the truth. And the truth is so much more deep than what the people who are stuck in the different arenas, it's like they're stuck in a different room. But really, once they go out and they start touring the whole house, they're going to see it's a fucking mansion. And there's a lot of stuff. So, that's why don't get stuck. Don't get stuck holding on to, if we could just vote again, everything would be fine. No, that has been exposed. That was a corrupt system. And it's been exposed. Why would we need all these people telling us what to do? We didn't even pay attention. They're making rules and laws that go against us. They weren't there for us. Why were we allowing this? Just so we could, not pay attention. All it did, every single thing was always so we didn't have to pay attention. The relying on the Western medical. So you don't have to pay attention to your own health. You don't have to pay attention to your own intake and taking care of your own self. You can just pass the buck onto a system and allow it to take care of you, even though it is destroying your health. So all of those things, when you start putting them all together, it develops an entire whole story that so many people only are, they're just reading one chapter over and over and over and over. Skip around in the book and you'll see like how complex, and then you can release these tentacles in your own life. The more the more it shows because you see through it. And it's all part of the awakening. And when you think about some of these words and what they say, then it makes sense. Like it is an awakening. You awaken, you're woke up to the truth. And I hate they take these words and make them into something else. Like as soon as the awakening started, they started with this woke culture. And everybody's like, oh yeah, you're so woke, you're so woke. And woke was kind of caring about seeing other people's plight. Oh, you're woke, you care about other people's plight in life. And then they turn it in, but it's all about the awakening. And the awakening is, it awakens you to others and the experiences, and because it opens up, it just shows you so much perspective as you awaken. It's just, you're just nonstop hit with opening perspectives. That's what takes away the judgment, because you don't judge someone you have compassion for. So it is an awakening to the truth that's all around you. And if you're just focused on one of the truths, then you're missing a whole bunch of other truths. So when you start opening and you see all of the different things, then you start seeing, oh, this is all connected. It's all one giant system. It's all the end. It's a release of that, but it's showing itself. We have to know what to pull off, we have to see it. So we know what part is us and what part is them. So, that's why I'm always saying, focus on your own healing through this. You don't have to focus on like watching the government go down or watching the medical implode on itself or the banking system, any of these things, because it's all happening simultaneously. Like I said, it's kind of like it's an intersection and they're all going to, have a big pile up. At first it seemed like one was going to lead to the next, but now it's like they're all just about to slam into each other. So I think a lot of stuff, there's going to be a lot of movement when it happens, and there's going to be a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, when you find out that you have been manipulated into allowing someone to put poison in you, and then you find out, people who have passed were poisoned, and, it's a lot. It's going to be a lot for people to have to deal with. And there is going to be a lot of emotions, and energetically, that's going to be a lot on the collective, because this is a collective experience. That's why I keep trying to explain about like the stuff from the past. When you go back and you look, like in the old movies, it just blows my mind how much, women are treated like little dolls. Like they can't think for themselves. They're highly emotional. They need these older men. It's always these older men who are, but they don't play them off like they're older men. They don't play it off like that. They play it off like, this is who this woman needs, this older man to direct her and tell her when to be quiet and when to talk and when to lay down and stuff. It's like, oh my God, like what in the hell? There's so much dependency and no people who couldn't think for themselves and stuff. Like that has been a part of the journey for the collective, is pulling free, well, like I said before, but the women now starting to see their own power. But oh my gosh, when you see like the muck that you've been fighting out for generations to get to find your place and have a voice in this world, because it has definitely been something that has wanted to be shut down. And I think a lot of it has to do with, in the whole big scheme of things and in the collective energetic reality, that going from the divine feminine going into the patriarch, it all is a part of that thing, but we're going back to the divine feminine. That's why the women are coming and rising up into their own power at this time, because we're going back into that time where it isn't just about, men trying to show who's got the biggest, whatever, powering towards each other. It's going to be a lot more of a calmer, more divine feminine kind of energy, that we're going to, it's going to be more about birthing and nurturing and creating. You know, we're going to go into that kind of energy. That's what I'm saying. That if you're stuck in these battling, and you know, you need to go through the process. You need to feel your pain. You need to go through the stages of anger, the stages of grief. You got to go through it. You know, I'm not saying skip it, because no, that's how you end up holding on to things and repressing yourself. And but you, so you need to go through it, and you need to release it, you know, process it, how it all affected you, and you know, what you're carrying in your own self, and what can be released, and what's a part of you. You know, this is all about you having this opportunity to understand yourself in a highly more it's a more complex more complex vision of who you really are. So but all of this stuff has to be, you know, released in order to do that. And it's very hard to release stuff when you don't even understand how it's attached to you. So that's why I keep trying to talk about it, because I can see, like, in the medical and stuff, where people have just surrendered their health. Well, I mean, that's so clear. Take it back. Take back your power. Know your own strength. And you know, the banking system, that is, you know, that's fallen apart. I mean, there's so many central banks that are already gone, and you know, the people who have ran them and stuff, these people are already being arrested. But it's a process to, because there's so many people that have to be taken down through all of these different all of these different like tentacles. All of them have so many people attached to it that are part of the creation of our controlling system. So, you know, it's not just a clean sweep, go in and, oh, you know, oh, the medical was fake, the government was fake, you know, all of that stuff. They have to show us so that we can process it, because it's part of the healing. So you're being exposed, the system's being exposed to you, so you can process it as it goes. That's why I've said it's important to be paying attention, but not to the point where, you know, you're raising your blood pressure and, you know, you can't sleep at night. And, you know, then you have to find a point when you release stuff. You know, don't hang on every little thing that's going on, because you will go crazy, especially because so much of the stuff is fake, and so much of it is to, there's so much absurdity. You know, just like the Fauci saying that now we're going to all have to pitch in, and we all have to pay his $175,000 retirement every, I don't know, he probably has it for every month. You know, like, what? And also in that Joe's, you know, 200,000 page infrastructure thing, it was, you know, we had to pay all of the mainstream media's retirement. It's like, some of this stuff is so freaking absurd that you have to know, like, this is just to be outrageous, just to get people to be like, what? I'm not doing that. So if you get, like, and my mom does it every day. I've told her and told her and told her, they're going to have nonstop absurd things to wake people up. She just gets so mad. Oh my God, now they're doing this. Oh my God, now they're doing that. It's like, Mom, you got to just stop. And I'm telling you, it all has to be released. But see, she is in the tribulation and whatever, you know, the Jesus coming to save us and Armageddon and stuff like that. There's just so many people who think that way. I just think that whatever is going to happen is going to really have to make people look deeper into a lot of things. People are just really, really, you know, they're like the little bugs in the lake, the little skimmer things that go around just skimming the top or something. You got to go deeper into things So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I just really don't know. I mean, I can't get people to understand, especially people who are religious and stuff, to understand, because they've already labeled the new age people. We're all just crazy people. We're all like, waiting for the spaceship to pick us up. Well, yeah, there's spaceships out there. There's, I mean, it's aliens are a part of who we are. They've always been there. They're not coming in to kill us. Well, there's some who are here, the warring ones that, have been all about control and taking over this planet. So it just gets so, it's so much more fascinating, the truth. And it is so much more of a fairy tale to most people, even though I look at what they believe is the fairy tale. They look at what I believe is the fairy tale. I don't know how those come into merge. Yeah, if I'm seeing everything wrong and this is really, just Armageddon and it's the end and we're all gonna die, and the ones that claim Jesus, that they get to go to heaven forever, and the rest of us are stuck in this forever, you know, I can't even wrap my head around it. I mean, it sounds silly, but to me, the things I say, I know sounds silly to other people. So it's all in what resonates with you. It's all in what gives you peace. It's where you find your truth. That is all that matters, is finding your own truth. So this is the time. I'll talk to you later. Bye.